Hello everybody. So this video is dedicated towards what I've learned at 25. Originally I made I'd say probably at least a 35-minute video on my iPhone, and then my phone died and the whole thing was deleted. So because I'm not going to give up anymore, and I refuse to just be like, you know what, I'll just do it tomorrow, because that's happened over the last 3 weeks, and honestly, quite sick of it. It's just such a loser mentality to be like, it's such a sloth thing to do, to be like, you know what, I got tomorrow, it's fine. I know I wanted to do this today, but what's tomorrow? Another day. I'm at the point where that's just unacceptable. And one of the things I've learned in the last 25 years is that with that mindset, you will go nowhere. You will go nowhere in life with a mindset where you think that you have all the time in the world, because you'll never value the moment. You'll never value certain things, certain opportunities that present themselves. I just God, the way that the universe works is that God presents things to you at certain times. And sometimes if you don't, if you don't take that into consideration, you don't actually listen to God and listen to what he's showing you, and see what he's trying to tell you, whether it's a person coming into your life, or a great job opportunity, or something that you know, some opportunity like that, you could miss it, and you could genuinely feel a lot of regret. And I've been there so many times. And what's sad is that you watch other people pass you by, and other people discover, they get the same blessing that you got, and then they take advantage of it and you didn't, and then you get jealous and you feel regret, So don't waste time, and seriously seize the moment, every single day. Don't just put it off to the side. When you have dreams and aspirations, you have to fight like hell to see them come true. And that's something I've also learned in the last 25 years, is that you must never lose hope in yourself. You must never lose hope in your dreams, your goals. If there's something that you care about so much, don't let it die. Don't let it die, because a piece of you will die with it. Um, Seriously true. I actually have a person that just commented, "You only get one shot. Do not miss your chance to blow. This opportunity comes once in a lifetime," by Eminem. That is 100% true. 100% true. It's true. Absolutely true. Thanks, Tony at work. Um, but yeah, no, it's 100% true. I don't. There's a lot of things that I genuinely, between YouTube and between social media, there's so many things where I could have made lots of money. I could have become successful, and I didn't take the time. I didn't take the time to actually follow through. The path is shown to me, and I walked a different way, and that's something that I will never forget. But the best thing you can do is, as opposed to just dwelling in your regret, is to actually do something about it. You're never going to get anywhere if all you do is dwell in the past. You have to move on. You have to realize where you made the mistake and be like, okay, this is where I screwed up. I'm not going to do this again. That is what you must realize if you want to move forward anywhere in life, regarding any topic, any subject, anything. Whether it's I failed a class, um, I'll just redo it. Or, your relationship, this didn't work out. It's there's more people out there. You have to realize it's never just the end. It's only the end when you see it as the end. When you stop actually trying, and you stop believing in yourself, that's actually the end. As long as you're still breathing, as long as you're still trying, as long as you're still putting in an effort, it's never going to be the end. So there's always time. And even though I'm 25, even though I'm seeing people, not a lot. It's mostly on social media, which honestly, you don't really know if it's all that true or not. It's you just never know with things online. There's so many things that are absolute scams. Um, and it's you don't really know who to trust. But I genuinely know that there are people that are younger than me that are far more successful. And it's yeah, it eats me alive. I wish I could be that way. But at the same time, I see things with them that, I don't see in them that I see in myself, and it makes me kind of happy that I am the way I am. Um, I feel like I've spent most of my 20s refining my mindset more than anything else. I feel like I've spent most of this time, really trying to figure out exactly who I am, which honestly is a lot better thing to do at a younger age. It's better to figure out who you are younger than when you're older because obviously, you know, I genuinely feel there's not as many opportunities that come to you as you get older. I feel like it just kind of like narrows down. So, you know, in my opinion, like, utilize your youth and try to figure out, who you want to be as young as possible. Like try to like it's okay if you don't, but like keep it in the back of your head. Like, every now and then ask yourself, what do I want to do in this lifetime? Who do I want to become? What do I want to do? What are my goals? What are my aspirations? You know, it's never a bad thing. And if you don't figure it out, like that's okay. Like it may take years for you to figure it out. It took me years. Originally my life started out as, oh, I want to be a train conductor. And then it was like, oh, I want to be a Lego designer. And then it like turned into, I want to be Iron Man. And then it's like, I want to be, more than Iron Man. It's like, it's interesting. And it's like, for me, I genuinely feel that my path is so unorthodox and it's so different from the mainstream path that people choose, whether it be colleges or just like a full-time job. It's like I'm working full-time now, but it's like I'm still thinking about, all the other things I want to do in this lifetime and all the other goals I have. It's never just going to leave. And it's like now that I'm 25, now that my 20s are half over, I'm quite literally at like the prime time. And it's like, okay, so what is, like, when do we start, Because I know what I want to do. I already talked about that in the last video I recorded. And I'm not going to talk about it here because I don't want to say things and have them just not come true. Like, I'd rather just work in silence and be like, 2 months from now. Because I've left, like, drops of, like, kind of what I want to do. So, in the future, if I become successful, people will put it together. People will know. There's really 4 main things I want to have. Obviously TechMaster, obviously UMA, and then obviously, I want to have a motivational community, and then I also want to have some kind of story-based business, some kind of story-based company. Because, like, I'm really good at storytelling, and I've always been good at storytelling. It's always been a very, very just, I guess, God-given skill of mine. I could look at a rock and make a story about it. Like, I'm just very good at telling stories. And so I've been thinking about, like, like the best thing about this life, this realm, this dimension, whatever you want to call this, is that we can do anything. Like, we can do anything, For example, I want to fly. I want to fly. I want to fly. I want to fly in the air. 300 years ago, that's impossible. You can't do that. How? Ha ha ha, you're stupid. Burn them at the stake. But it's like now. It's like, I want to fly. Okay, plane ticket. Oh, you go there, Gravity Inc., rent a jetpack. It's like you can fly. It's like, you think it's impossible. But if you work really hard and you actually genuinely try, there's a way. The saying, there's a will, there's a way, it's true. It is 100% true. You can do anything. Anything. Like, it's incredible. I feel like this, whatever this life is meant to show us that, like, we can turn a very thought into existence. Whether it's how we see ourselves or whether you want to create something, we can take something like a mere thought and will it into existence. If that's not true power, I don't know what is. Like, that's super cool, Like, that's incredible. But it just blows my mind. It's just so amazing. But yeah, no. It's all up from here. I really do. I feel like I've gone through this shit for the first 5 years of my 20s between, taking care of my grandparents and not working for a year, and then, working in a little tech shop and trying to figure out, like, how I want to make money, and then, you know, becoming very well known and famous right off the bat. I guess kind of pseudo famous, you know, from building, and then like moving, parents getting divorced. Like I've gone through a huge roller coaster of just like events, and I truly feel that like now that I've gone through all that, now that I know, you know, I've tried a million different things, and I truly know exactly what I want to do now, and I know that I can make, you know, money and have genuine success from all these different things. Not even all of them combined. Like one, like each individual in particular, I can make like money from them. So it's like if I just put in the work, I can succeed. I know I can. I know I can. I absolutely know I can. And you know how else I know I can? Because I've seen other people do the same exact thing. You know, they'll start one thing, and if they just keep the consistency, they will, over time, over a long enough time span, become successful. It's true. It's true. It's 100% true. You know? But one of the biggest things for me, you know, I have this mindset now, which is great. But I just need to keep the consistency with like working out, physical fitness, and actually, you know, sticking true to the things I say. Because I feel like a lot of the things that, like one of the reasons why people lose momentum and people stop, like they don't stick to what they say, you know. And I'm one of those people. Absolutely, I am 100% one of those people. I don't want to be. I don't want to be anymore. I want to be the kind of person that's gonna be like, I'm gonna read 40 pages of the Bible today, and I actually do it. You know, I want to make sure I stick true to my word, and whether it's, you know, push-ups or doing something for someone else, or, you know, putting an extra effort at work, like just something, you know, I want to stick true to my word. And it's, I think, through the small things, like, you know, all right, I'm gonna go for a walk today. Make sure you do my walk. I go for a walk. Oh, awesome. I did that. I actually said it, and I did it. You know, I saw it through, and it's been completed. Awesome. You know, starting off small and just kind of conditioning my mind to be like, okay, whenever I say something, it's gonna happen. You know, and I think that, Chewy, stop. I think that when I do that over a long enough time span, I think that I genuinely will create that. What's that? I forget what that's called. I think abundance mentality, is it? Maybe? I don't know. I'm not quite sure if that's the right word for it, but maybe not. But I truly feel that if I just stay consistent and stick true to my word, I'll become successful. You know, like I have to post for the UMA today. Awesome, I posted. Perfect. You know, do it again tomorrow. The next day. The next day. I truly feel that I'll become successful. I really do. So, other than that, I feel like this year's going to be amazing. I feel like this is going to be one of the most productive and well-used years of my life. I truly do. And I'm very excited. So, without further ado, 25. There's a lot of things I wish I did, but it's not too late. And I truly feel that if I just work really hard and I realize, okay, these are the things I didn't do, it's not too late, but I have to start and I have to stay consistent. I feel that if I keep that mindset, I just don't forget. Because I feel like another thing too that happens to a lot of people is that they just forget, you know? Like some tragedy or some instance in their life will happen. They lose their job, or their girlfriend breaks up with them, and they'll just stop thinking about, I have to work out every day. You know, like put reminders up. You know, put notes on the wall. Put something above your bed when you're sleeping. You know, it's like when you open your eyes, the first thing you see is like, I do my push-ups. You know, like I seriously feel like one of the biggest problems is that people just forget. You know, stuff gets in the way. When they say life gets in the way, it really gets in the way, you know? Like, it's blinding sometimes, you know? Like, you'll be, like, seeing through this window, and then, like, something will just, like, move in front, and it's like you can't see outside anymore. You can't see the view, you know? And it's like, that's truly how it is when you're trying to see a goal through, and something blocks your vision, and then eventually you turn away from the window and you forget about it. It's just it's sad. So just not forgetting and keeping consistency. So another news, I'm gonna upload this video because I'm running out of time. I got less than an hour and a half to upload this and get this on YouTube. So I'm gonna upload this now. And my name is Nikolai Vidala. I'm 25 years old. I turned 25 today on September 25th, 2023. And this is where I really changed my life. This is where, I know I've said this a million times. I've said this before. But I'm going to say it again. I'm going to say it again until it just comes true. I am going to change my life, and it is going to start right now. I could have gone to bed after that phone died. I could have just called it a day and be like, I'll do it tomorrow. I tried again, and then my phone, died again. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to keep going until I just get it. Even though the quality may not be the best, even though I may not be recording on my iPhone, at least I'm recording a video. You can hear the audio. And now it's going to be posted. So I win. Anyway, happy birthday to me. And I hope that this could be insightful to someone out there. You don't have to listen to everything I say, but I truly feel that some of this is beneficial. Especially doing things while you're young and doing things while you're motivated and have time, especially. Because once you get in the adult world, you'll find that your time will diminish greatly. Whether it's, bills or working or relationships, or even just overall health, Some people don't last that long. And it's like you really should utilize your time while you're young and able to do things, You never know what's going to happen. So anyway, have a great night. I'm going to make another video tomorrow. And it's only up from here. Also, I want to leave you with a quote. That's very important. So before I realized that my phone died, I was going to read off this quote, which I will read right now. I made this on, I believe, either the third or the first day of 2020. The third day. I even wrote it right here. I'd rather fail now and succeed later than fail later and succeed never. It's the best thing I've ever written. Although there is one quote that I wrote recently that's also very good. But I would rather fail now and succeed later than fail later and succeed never. Which basically translates to, I would rather mess up and learn from my mistakes right now in this very moment and have a chance to succeed down the road, as opposed to not learning from my mistakes and putting off actually sitting down and isolating where I went wrong and working on how I could be better, and failing years down the road where I'm even older and have less opportunities, and then I never succeed. At least if I fail now and I take the time to learn and improve, I have a chance at success in the future, as opposed to if I just ignore it and keep failing, I'll just continue to fail into basically eternity until I'm dead, Another one of the my favorite things that I've said this year is, and if I am lost, I will find my way home. Now, I said this actually on a hike because I actually got lost. I was very high up. I was probably 4,000 feet up, and I got lost. I had no water, no food. I left my phone in the car because I'm dumb. And I just told myself, I'm going to get to the top no matter what. I can see the summit. It's up there. And I had to go through this shrub patch of trees, and it was all tightly packed, just crawling through, getting cuts on my legs. And I just kept repeating, I probably said this over 500 times. And if I am lost, I will find my way home. I didn't even know the way back. I was just going. I didn't even know what I was thinking. I was in a trance. It was weird. But it was incredible because I actually got lost, found the summit, reached it, sat up there. I brought down this amazing, incredible rock, which I call God's rock or God's egg, excuse me. It's almost like this quartz-shaped crystal. It's kind of like an egg shape. It's really wild, really wild. And I noticed that when I was going down, the path was insanely clear. Like, it was like right there. I'm like, how did I miss that? Like, how did I go up this way and miss that? And I went into this, like, just, like, thickets and just all these trees and, like, all this pain. I'm like, how did I even get this far? And I truly feel that that was actually a test to see if I would stick true to my word. Because I told myself, I told God, too, I'm like, I am going to get to the top of this mountain, whether I am alive or not. I am going to get to the top. And I did. I did. And I said the whole time, and if I am lost, I will find my way home. And I found my way home. I found my way back. I went down, and the path was right in front of me. I don't know how I missed it, but you know, it's like if I hadn't gotten lost, if I hadn't gotten discoordinated, you know, what test would it be to God and to myself if I just went up the path and went straight? Like, of course, you know, like what test is that? You know, the true test is when shit gets thrown at you and there are legitimate things in your way, obstacles in your path that you have to fight and forge and trudge through. That's the true test of will you actually stay true and will you keep to your word and keep to yourself and basically not let God down, you know? I truly am proud to say that I went through like the worst hiking obstacles I'd ever gone through, and I still made it to the top without any water, without a phone. You know, I still made it to the top. I think I have my hiking stick. Did I have my hiking stick? Yeah, I think I did. Yeah, it was good. But yeah. And if I am lost, I will find my way home. That could be taken in a religious way. That could be taken in a, you know, self-discovery way. It could be taken in a million different ways. But ultimately, you can always find your way home, even if you are lost. So, but anyway, this has been a very nice video. I think that I've recapped, honestly, most of it, if not all of it, and more. So I'm pretty happy. I'm glad I made this video. See, I don't have regrets now. See, like, I get to post this, and I have this forever now. You know, like, this video would not exist if I just gave up. I could have just given up. I actually was thinking about it. You know, for a split second, I'm like, no, I turned 25 today. I can't do this anymore. You know, I had to tell myself, I'm like, I can't be mediocre. I can't delay anymore. You know, this is genuinely the time. Like, this is actually the time now. You know, it's like, what change would it be if I did the same thing tomorrow as I did, you know, like, God, you know, what change would that be? But anyway, have a good night. This is a little bit of wisdom from just some 25-year-old dude. Can't even believe I'm 25 now. At some point I'll be 30 and then 40 and then, you know. So, God dang, man. I remember when I was like 20. I remember when I was 18. I'm a lot wiser though, I will admit. There are so many things I know now that I would never have even thought of. That goes a million different ways. But otherwise, it's been a pleasure talking to whoever's watching. I hope you get something out of this. I really do. And this is advice from a 25-year-old. So, you know, utilize your youth, work hard, learn new things, and try to become the best version of yourself as soon as you possibly can. That's really the best. And also be kind to others. Help others and be kind, because you'll be surprised at the energy and the kindness that comes back to you as well. You know, the more good you put out in the world, the more good will come back at you. You know, you really truly get what you put into everything. The world, society, people, yourself. It's true, you know. And support yourself too. You're not always going to have a mentor. That's another thing I've learned. The last thing I want to mention. I've gone through life without a mentor. You know, a lot of people I see, all these gurus and stuff, are like famous, like, oh, when I met my mentor, when I got tutored by my mentor, when I, you know, like, a lot of these people have mentors, and you're not always going to have that. I always wanted that. I always wanted at least someone to always bounce ideas off of and ask to check my work and my way of thinking, and I never got that. So for me to realize and kind of have this mindset at 25 now without the use of a mentor. I'm actually very lucky, because a lot of people won't have that luxury of a mentor. It's hard. I've met lots of people, lots of older folk who have tried to talk to and tried to get information from, and while they have helped in some instances, you'll find that if you have a very unorthodox kind of destiny, it'll be even harder to find a mentor. Like I could find a mentor for learning crypto. I could find a mentor for learning real estate, obviously. But it's like for what I want to do, it's so off the wall. It's so oddball. It's just so strange. It's a very peculiar life path, and I guess that's just me. Anyway, have a good night, and I'll see you soon.